welcome to this episode. Thank you for your support, for subscribing, for commenting, for watching the previous video. Yeah, so I'm really humbled by your support, and as usual, we do it for the people, we do it for our brothers and sisters. Yeah, my name is Wanja Kimani. I am an author, a writer, a safe migration specialist, a counter-trafficking consultant, a youth ambassador, among many other things that I do for humanity. Yeah, so we agreed that I would make a video about finding legit opportunities online. That is after I had put up a poll for people to vote whether they want me to guide on how to fill out their visa applications, or they want for advice on how to scout for opportunities online. Yeah, and I find it really logical that we begin by first identifying the opportunities before we apply for the visas. Without further ado, I will tell you that all opportunities you want as a foreigner, as an intending migrant worker abroad. Migrant means abroad, so sorry for the repetition. Yeah, so all opportunities you need as an intending migrant worker are available on Google. All information you need is always available on Google. Now this is the catch. When you go to Google to look for opportunities, there is always a 99% possibility that you will find fake ones as well. That is just how our world operates. That is just the dynamic of human nature. In as much as there is legit opportunities on Google, a vast majority of them are actually fake or scam. Okay? Now I'll be telling you more about how you can identify the right opportunities, or how you can differentiate a good opportunity from a scam. First things first, a real or a legitimate opportunity is always posted by the actual website, whereas a fake opportunity is posted by another website purporting to be granting this opportunity. How will you know this? When you go on Google, first thing you will see, maybe I have my phone here. Let's say I want to search for something like nursing jobs in USA. Let me search that. When you search for nursing jobs in USA, the very first results that will appear are sponsored. Ignore the sponsored opportunities first, okay? Because these ones have been promoted or have been paid for, and a legit business opportunity, or a legit job opportunity will rarely sponsor such a post, because they want as few people as possible, so as to make the shortlisting process easier. Okay, so when you see these sponsored posts, these are actually agencies, not the companies hiring. Okay, because you expect as a nurse you want to be hired by a hospital. Okay, so all these sponsored opportunities, these are agencies connecting people to those hospitals, and that's exactly what we are trying to avoid. Okay, so you can find somewhere, okay, after scrolling down the sponsored post, you will come across something like Indeed.com. I have dealt with Indeed.com for quite a while, and what you will realize is that they mostly want somebody who is already on ground. Most of these websites, you have to be on ground for you to be considered for that opportunity, because the process of petitioning for a visa is so long. It takes such a long time, and unless you have very special skills, very unique qualifications, then you might as well, they might as well consider somebody else already on, or how do I say this? Unless you have very unique qualifications that only you can provide, that's how they will, that's when they will consider now sponsoring you or petitioning for you when you're still in your home country. But all I know is most of these websites, you have to be on ground for you to get the job. Another thing is that a legit opportunity has to be in line with the laws of the country. Um, for example, if the opportunity is in USA, they have to be very in line with the laws of the USA. If it's Germany, same thing. If it's Canada, same thing. For example, I have said this a lot of times, it is illegal worldwide for anybody to charge recruitment fees. So when you come to a website and they are already asking you for recruitment fees, that one is already ruled out. Okay, that's already not legit. It's a scam. Another thing I noticed is that how to refer? Yeah, I have seen agents giving the wrong information. For example, if you want to travel for work, you want to go for a nursing opportunity, caregiving, those are like the most popular. You want to go for those opportunities. So when you go to the agent, they won't tell you that there are this and this and these qualifications you need to fulfill. You must have qualifications, like you must have graduated within that field, or for caregiving you must have taken a course in caregiving. Now, agents may not tell you that. They will tell you that there are so many caregiving opportunities in USA, in Canada. Some of them, like, you will not even have to look for them. You will just, when you get there, you'll see caregivers wanted all over, So they will tell you, they will process for you a visit visa, so that when you get on ground, you will get the jobs even without you having to hustle so much. Whereas it is true the jobs are there, the process of getting there, according to how the agent is explaining to you, is wrong. Okay? There is no way you can leave your country on a visit visa expecting that you're going to work abroad. It is wrong. It is fraud. Yeah, it is illegal. If you want a visa to work, apply for a work visa. If you want a visa to visit, apply for a visit visa. But we know that the agents have made it so bad right now. Right now, I don't know of anybody that has applied for a visit visa and got it. Why? Because most of them have been applied for by agents. Agents have been giving the wrong information that when you get there, you will organize yourself. But in real sense, agents are not the ones that process these visas. It's the embassy. And the embassy will be the one to determine whether you qualify for this visa or not. So before you risk your money for any of those opportunities, please consider establishing yourself at home first. Because losing 200,000, 150,000, that's a lot of money. Okay? So every information you need is on Google and it's free of charge. I may seem like I know a lot. No, all information I know is available on Google. All I am telling you right now is available on Google. Nobody possesses that much knowledge to even charge you for it. Okay? So I don't understand why agents charge for this, but they will charge you for this and still end up misleading you, you know. So please, before you even ask me, just consult Google first of all, okay? Yeah, other than that, I've noticed that some people are being asked for money to pay for their own visas. It is wrong. If you've qualified for a job, normally what happens before your application is considered, they must have proof. Okay, you know, it is the employer that will petition for you. You will not apply for that work visa on your like entirely on your own. The employer has to do a petition for you, and for them to actually be able to petition for you, they must have proof that they advertised for that job and they did not find a suitable candidate within the United States or within wherever they are. And that's why they considered you. So that's why it's the employer that needs to petition. So anybody that is asking you to pay for your own visa fees or something like that is automatically a fraud, okay? I have come across a lot of emails. People have been forwarding to me emails that they've been invited for jobs in the UK, and some of them did not even apply for those jobs. Yeah? So you wonder, you did not apply for this job, but this person somehow has your email. It is already suspicious. Even before I proceed to the nitty-gritties, that is already very suspicious. Any opportunity that considers you any opportunity that considers you before you submit your qualifications, your papers, before you prove your eligibility, that one is already a fraud before you even go so far. Because for you to get a job, you have to apply for it and you have to make sure you satisfy all those requirements, or at least 90% of them or 75%. It varies. It's always at the discretion of the employer. So make sure you make sure you satisfy most of those qualifications, and then all of a sudden you're told that you just applied, yeah, you did not submit anything, but then the employer, the supposed employer, emails you that you need to submit this and this and this and that, and those are things you cannot get even within a week, and they tell you the deadline for submitting the documents is 8 days from now. And then they also give you the option, if you are not able to submit the documents, then contact this and this person or this and this agency. They have hyperlink to the email. They attach a link for you to click, yeah, to refer you to the website that can get the documents for you. That is very wrong, okay? First of all, these are documents you cannot get within that time frame. Second of all, why are they having a separate person to process documents while it is maybe government agencies that should be providing these documents, or they should be processing these documents for you? And remember, you're still here in Kenya. Maybe you don't even have a passport, but you're already being considered for an opportunity out there. How will you even start to apply to the government or to whichever authority is concerned and still get it within 8 days? Because they know it is impossible, so they refer you to somebody that you can pay like 28 euros or 28 pounds for you to get all the documents at once. That is already wrong, okay? It's already very suspicious. It may look like a very good deal. It may look like it's very little money. I mean, what is 28 euros or 28 pounds? Yeah, it's around 4,000 in Kenya. It can't do much. You may reason like that because you expect that when you get there, the money is more. So that leads me to the next question. When you are emailed, always confirm where this email is coming from. For example, The person who was sent that email being to, it's an example, the person being told to give 28 pounds or euros, I asked them, do you have, can you send me a screenshot of the email of the person that emailed you, or of the email that contacted you? And the email of that person is as follows. Let me find it. The email of that person ended with something like a .com. Yeah, it ended with a .com. I'm trying to find it. I'm really trying to find it. But it ended with a .com. But usually, government agencies don't end with .com. Okay. Let me. Gosh, where is it? Where is it? Trying to find it. Oh, yeah. So the person who had been sent, one of the people that had been sent this kind of email telling them they qualify for this and they should send their documents within 8 days, and if they are not able to send, they are required to pay 28 pounds or euros. I don't remember. The email sending this particular person, the first one that I've seen, it is publicenquiries.homeoffice.gsi.gov.uk@consultant.com. That email is already a scam. I don't even need to go so far. That's already a scam. That is, and they call themselves UK Immigration Office. So I went to the internet and I looked, UK Immigration Office, what are their details? I just saw this www.gov.uk/contact-consulate-Nairobi. That is one. For visa inquiries, contact https://www.gov.uk/contact-UK-vi-inside-outside-UK. Okay, do you see all of them, like the legit ones? None of them ends with .com. Okay, yeah, that's how you know. Okay, the other one, for general inquiries, contact nairobi.inquiries@fcdo.gov.uk. Do you hear none of them ends with .com? Yeah, that's how you check, you verify that something is actually legit. Another thing I would want to address is oh yeah, I want to give you a disclaimer that no country hires foreigners all year round. Okay? I haven't heard of a company that is hiring all year round, like the whole year they have vacancies, unless it is a recruitment agency. We are avoiding recruitment agencies here, okay? But that does not mean that recruitment agencies out there are good. We are avoiding recruitment agencies everywhere. Okay? Any opportunity that today you don't have the documents, they say you can still try tomorrow or next week or next month, or you can still come back when you have the documents. That is a recruitment agency. Okay? Companies are very competitive in terms of the person they are looking to hire. And you can tell me that they will give you time to fix yet they have somebody else waiting online or in line. Okay, let's be very realistic. If in Kenya getting that job is hard, now imagine out there how it seems. It's why even a lot of countries are no longer admitting people. It's why even refugees who are in need of help, a lot of countries have stopped admitting refugees. Yeah, so we have to be very realistic. We have to be very careful. And I always say, don't risk your money. And if you have that money, that little you have, just protect it. Don't risk it. Getting a visa is 50-50. You might get, you might not. And most often, you will not. Yeah, because embassies have become so much more strict, because agents have been lying to people, embassies have been so strict, because the rising number of applicants has been over the roof, you know? Yeah, so that sudden exponential rise in visa applications is making even embassies become more strict, because why all of a sudden? Yeah, I know we have a lot of problems we would want to run away from, but that little money you want to run away with is enough to invest here at home. Now, I've just remembered something. There's a time, you see, when I was talking about this person being referred to a different website that can process their documents for them within those 8 days. I've just remembered of an incident in 2012. I had just finished high school, I had passed my GCSE, I really wanted to go and study abroad. So I saw an advert on, I think it was just a local media station I will not mention. They were advertising scholarships in the Nordic countries, Scandinavia, part of Europe, yeah? They were giving scholarships. And a lot of us applied for them. It was at somewhere called, I think, Sirona House. They had an office there. So you go to the office, you get the brochure with all those universities. I chose the University of Geneva. I was so interested in going to Switzerland, because like it was a free opportunity, you know, and the courses being offered were in English. So yes, I chose Switzerland. When we filled the applications, chosen the universities and the courses, we were supposed to now return to Sirona House to hand in the documents for shipping. So when we returned there, they referred us to a shipping company. It's not DHL, it's not Aramex, it's not FedEx, it's nothing it was not even Wells Fargo, it was just a company I've never had before. So we were told to take our documents there. It was around 3,600 for shipping. I remember that time I was living in a very bad condition with my dad, who had just lost his job, my two brothers. We were living in a very small house that only fit the bed and a table, you know. So I borrowed money from everyone I could borrow from. And at one point, while I was now coming to Nairobi, we were living in Naivasha. So on my way to Nairobi, I was just looking at the rocks on the roadside and wondering, can I just take one of them and sell it and get some money? Or I pick one stone, I go selling, come back, take another one, like that. I was so desperate for money, because I really wanted to have money to ship those documents. So yes, eventually I was able to raise that money. I was not alone. I had former classmates from high school, former classmates from primary school. We had all heard about this opportunity, so we met like on the same day to submit our documents for shipping, and we paid our 3,600. So upon submitting, we waited 3 months, 4 months, we went back. We found that the place had already been closed down. We looked for the shipping company, it's no longer there, and that is how a lot of us lost our money. It's why I'm saying you might think 3,600 compared to a full scholarship, it's not a lot. I can sacrifice that for sure. So imagine now 3,600 for thousands of naive students, people who are looking forward to a scholarship, and it just disappears like that. Yeah, we were so heartbroken, but we healed over time. Yeah, it's why I'm saying when you see an opportunity that is asking you for money, don't consider how small that money is, but are you the only one? Yeah, because most of these are just money making schemes. Yeah, now I also wanted to talk about conferences. Yeah, I know of a lot of people who had visa interviews this week, last week, and they failed the interviews. I know of people this week and the past week who have been who are going for visa interviews. Yeah, they had applied for conferences, or agents had applied for them to get visas to attend conferences. Now, one of them that did not qualify for it is actually a Kenyan, but not based in Kenya. I actually thought maybe the process would be simpler for her because maybe she doesn't have to prove home ties. But it was actually harder because she's already not in her country, so she doesn't have home ties or strong ties to the home country because she's already working elsewhere. Yeah. So these conferences, if the conference you are planning to attend is not even in line with your career, just consider yourself denied, because you will only be asked one question. They will not look at your bank statements. They will not look for the invitation letter. They will just ask you, how is this helping you at your current occupation? You're an engineer and you're going to attend a conference on HIV and AIDS. How is that related to your career? So we have to be very reasonable and very keen. When you're given an invitation letter, remember, I have told people before, sometimes that invitation letter is the beginning of your woes or your woes. I don't know how. I don't know. Let me Google so that I say it correctly. Um, okay. Okay. I always say sometimes that invitation letter is the beginning of your woes. Because, first of all, that invitation letter, does it show that you're fully sponsored? Yes or no? Does it show where you'll be staying? Yes or no? And then, is it in line with what you do? For example, an agent will see if you want to go. So an agent will just apply for just anything. So you have the invitation letter, so you will see that he did his part. Then you wait for the visa interview. When the day comes, the invitation letter is looked at, or maybe not, and you're asked, this conference you are attending, how is it helping you? You know? Same as people who have been applying for maybe student visas. That visa you are applying for, how is it enriching you in your current status? For example, you've never attended a college locally, okay? You finished high school, you've hustled, and now you feel that maybe you need to try your luck out there. So you try by applying for a student visa. So if I were a visa officer, I would first wonder, why did you try to attend school locally first? Okay, how do you account for all these years that you have not been in school? Unless you have a way to account for all those years you've not been in school, and give a very convincing reason why you must attend college in a different country, that is always an issue. Okay, so before you trust somebody to apply for these visas on your behalf, remember they have no control over the decision of the embassy. It's why I encourage people, you better apply on your own. You will maybe need Wi-Fi or just data. You'll need a photo, just very simple things. And then depending on the country, you'll need that application fee. I think the US visa is the most expensive at the moment, and I think it's at the current exchange rates. At the current, okay, it's $185. It used to be 160. I don't know if right now it's already 185. Let me check. Yeah, US visa, I think it's the most expensive. And according to the Worldwide Non-Immigrant, okay, the HTTPS /ke.usembassy.gov, they say as of May 30th, 2023, visa fees will be increasing for certain non-immigrant visas. Visit visas, the B1, B2, the ones people use for conferences, and students, F1, F visa, exchange J visa will increase from $160 to $185. That $185 compared to that over $1,500 that people are paying the agents, better apply on your own and apply the truth and attend that visa interview on your own. It will only cost you $185, maybe with a few coins on top because of that picture, photo you need to take, maybe the internet charges, things like that, which is not so much. So when you have your 30,000 in your hand, you are able to apply for a visa on your own and even book the visa interview and wait, yeah? Knowing that you haven't put a lifelong investment. Compared to somebody who is being told by the agent, you need to give me 150,000 for me to process your visa. It's not the agent that processes the visa. And always remember, it is you that will appear at the visa interview alone, not with the not with the agent. The agent will not be there when you're nervous, submitting documents that are not even needed. Nowadays, I doubt even they check documents because documents can be forged. Documents are being forged. It's not even a secret. It's nothing new. People are even forging visas at Namanga and Tanzania and wherever. That's not the travel history they are looking for. Okay? So if you don't have travel history and now you want to travel, you need to account for that, It's always a question like why do you decide to travel now and why this particular country? Okay? So when you go to the agent, just just consider your money gone. Okay? Usiweke roho hapo. Politely. Because if you put all your hopes in there, you'll be disappointed. Before you apply for these visas, just check very well what is required of you. Okay? Now, what else? What else? Okay, yes. Before you also apply for a conference, check the dates of that conference. It's why I was telling you, an invitation letter may be your undoing. It may be the beginning of your problems, of your stress. When you don't have the invitation letter, life goes on. When you have the invitation letter, you feel like it's a must, I have to make this agenda. Okay, you have to make this thing happen. Yeah? So it makes you do a lot of desperate things. So when you're given that invitation letter, when are you supposed to be on the other end? For example, right now, if you apply for a US visa, the closest date you can get an interview is next year, maybe August or September. Let me check. There is a website for checking dates. It's called here it is. If you want to check how long you need to wait for you to get a visa interview, the website is travel.state.gov. Now on this website, it gives you global visa wait times. This global visa wait times is how long you need to wait to get a visa interview, or how like the approximate time within which you need to wait to be called for to attend the visa interview. So this global visa wait times is a big chart showing all US visa or all visa processing offices, or all embassies, all consulates of the US around the world. So you might, when you look at this chart, you might realize that in some places you can get the visa interview within the same day. In others, you can get within the same week, others the same month, others within the same year, others 2 years later. So you ask yourself, is it worth it to wait for 2 years? So it's why I'm telling you, when you get that invitation letter, it can make you feel very desperate. So let's see for Nairobi, because we are in most of my viewers are in Nairobi. So in Nairobi, for a student visa, you'll have to wait for 280 days. For what's this? For a work visa, let me scroll again. For a work visa, you have to wait for 63 days. For the transit visas, it's 135 days. So before you book a flight that passes through USA, remember you'll have to wait for 135 days to be granted a transit visa. For the business, tourism, the conference visa, the B1, B2 visa, you have to wait for 345 days. So is it really worth it? So if you're applying to attend a conference in the, So for you to get an interview for the conference visa, you really have to ask yourself if it's really worth it. For example, if you want to attend a conference in September, you've already seen the wait times. Yeah, you'll be told that, oh, check online, you might find a date sooner. Yes, because there are people who are actually pulling out, there are actually people who are giving up and saying that the date is already passed, let me cancel my interview. So you find there is actually some empty spots somewhere. It's true you might get a date sooner, but what happens if you don't? So just know this whole thing is a gamble, and don't let anybody convince you that it is guaranteed. It's never a guarantee. You can have everything, I have former classmates who had everything, but because they didn't prove that they will come back, it was still a problem. I have former classmates whose parents are working in very high offices. They were denied. Yet they might be having even diplomatic immunity, but they were denied because they did not prove they will come back, you know? Yeah, so it's not about having everything. This thing is never sure, it's never a guarantee. So when you apply for your visas, just know that nobody has the capacity to get it for sure. And even agents, they have no influence over what happens at the embassy. Theirs is just to take your money and give you false hope and fake documents. Okay? So before you risk, just do your math, okay? Yeah, so I want to assure you that opportunities are always there. The opportunities are always there, but you need to go with an open mind. You need to go with full knowledge that this is what is required of me and this is what is required of the other party. And always remember, no company hires all year round unless it's a recruitment agency. Now, there is something some people have been asking me, and do you know that this green card lottery is only open between first week of October, around 5th or 6th, there, somewhere there. 5th, 6th, 7th, around there. It's only open between those dates in October, like that first week of October, and it closes on that first week of November, or end of first week of November, or beginning of second week of November, depending on how you are looking at it. Yeah, because it's open between 5th October and around 5th, 6th November, somewhere thereabout. And you will get the results in May the following year, like around 7 months later. Let nobody lie to you that you can apply for a green card any time of the year and they actually ask you for money, you know, to process the request. No, it's not true, and it's also a scam. And another interesting thing, do you know you can apply to move and become a permanent resident in the US on your own? You can actually do that. What is the criteria or the qualification? You just have to show that you have won awards for what you do. You've been recognized internationally. Something like that. Just look it up online. But it is possible for you to move to the United States and become a permanent resident by petitioning for yourself and actually showing that you qualify. So if the embassy grants that you actually qualify, you're good to go, and that's it. And you don't even have to have a job offer. You know, it's like the easiest way to go and live in the United States as a permanent resident without a lot of hassle. So if you know somebody who is talented, somebody who has received national, global, international acclaim, somebody that has done something extraordinary, just tell them about it. It's not new, by the way, it's not new, but they are very strict on how they gauge, okay? Yeah, they are very strict on how they gauge, especially adults, because you know, for adults they have a lot of time to be what they want to be, but could be easier for younger people. But you never know. Try your luck, okay? Bye bye.